Designing a local utility aircraft is fundamentally different from designing a modern airliner. Aerodynamic efficiency, fuel economy, and high passenger capacity are the primary criteria for mainline passenger aircraft. However, aircraft that serve remote regions and significant airports must adhere to a distinct set of operational requirements that they must be able to operate from short, unprepared airstrips, remain serviceable when located far from major maintenance facilities, and be repaired promptly with limited infrastructure. Russia's new 9-seat utility aircraft, the LMS-901 Baikal, was developed by the Ural Works of Civil Aviation as a long-term replacement for the legendary Antonov An-2. If you love deep dives into rugged aviation engineering, you should check out the Altitude Addicts YouTube channel, where incredible aircraft designs are regularly broken down. These demanding requirements served as the defining principles for the aircraft. Rather than striving for the lightest structure or the most efficient use of advanced materials, engineers prioritized the balance of weight, durability, repairability, manufacturability, and long-term operating costs. Conventional aluminum alloys are combined with selectively applied composite materials to produce a mixed construction airframe. In this video, we are going to dive deep into exactly how this rugged aircraft was built to conquer the harshest environments on Earth, why engineers chose aluminum over high-tech composites, and how it compares to Russia's other modern commercial projects. So make sure to watch till the end. To truly understand this design, we have to look at why repairability took priority over maximum weight savings. The Baikal is designed to establish connections between isolated settlements in Siberia, the Russian Far East, and the Arctic regions. This stands in sharp contrast to commercial jetliners that spend the majority of their lifetimes flying between large airports with advanced maintenance facilities. Gravel strips, frozen runways, snow-covered landing grounds, and temporary airfields are common instances for aircraft operating in these environments. Quick field repairs are indispensable due to the prevalence of minor structural damage. This is the reason why the main load-bearing structure of the LMS-901 is built from aluminum alloys. An important practical advantage of aluminum is that it can frequently be repaired using relatively simple tools. Traditional riveting techniques can be used to replace or reinforce damaged skin panels. This significantly minimizes aircraft downtime in regions that lack climate-controlled maintenance hangars or specialized composite repair equipment. Although composite materials are lighter, they typically necessitate more specialized inspection methods, trained personnel, and more controlled repair procedures. The aircraft's intended operating philosophy was at odds with those requirements, which brings us to how composite materials are used where they actually make sense. Composites are definitely present in the Baikal. Rather than avoiding them entirely, engineers implemented a highly selective strategy. Numerous secondary structural and interior components are built from polymer composite materials that incorporate both thermosetting and thermoplastic resins, as per the manufacturer. These consist of engine cowlings, doors, cabin flooring, fairings, trim tabs, and numerous aerodynamic panels. Look, let's be real for a second. Putting all composite stuff out in the freezing middle of nowhere is basically asking for a massive maintenance headache. So, by keeping the main body aluminum, the aircraft's main structure is not subjected to the maintenance challenges associated with an all-composite airframe. At the same time, these specific components benefit from the corrosion resistance, reduced weight, and design flexibility offered by composites. Engineers can also orient reinforcing fibers in accordance with the expected load paths through composite manufacturing. This allows individual components to attain the necessary stiffness and strength while reducing the amount of unnecessary material. This results in localized weight reductions that provide the most operational benefit. This logic reflects a completely different philosophy from the MC-21 airliner. We are just getting started, and coming up next, we will reveal the secret technical lessons learned from Russia's failed aircraft demonstrators and how this rugged plane is optimized for real-world survival. So do not leave. The Baikal's structural philosophy is markedly different from that of Russia's MC-21 airliner, which relies heavily on composite materials in its primary load-bearing structure. The MC-21's advanced composite wing facilitates a high aspect ratio design. This enhances fuel economy, reduces drag, and improves aerodynamic efficiency during long-haul commercial operations. The complexity and manufacturing cost of large composite structures are justified by these performance increases. The LMS-901 is designed to solve a distinct engineering challenge. The aircraft must maintain reliability in the face of challenging operational conditions with minimal logistical support, rather than optimizing cruise efficiency on scheduled airline routes. As a result, designers prioritized operational resilience and maintainability over the extraction of every conceivable kilogram of structural weight. The comparative analysis demonstrates that the operational mission of the aircraft ultimately determines the role of composite materials rather than solely their technical advantages. This mindset was directly shaped by the lessons learned from the TVS-2 DTS demonstrator. Russia had already explored a far more ambitious composite solution before the Baikal program even began. In an endeavor to modernize the old An-2, the Siberian Aeronautical Research Institute developed the TVS-2 DTS technology demonstrator. The aircraft's airframe was almost entirely composed of composite materials, and it effectively showcased the potential of advanced composite construction for light aircraft. Nevertheless, practical experience exposed many constraints. The specialized production technologies, quality control procedures, and repair methods required for the all-composite aircraft were significantly more complex to manufacture. Another major concern emerged as a result of the disruption of supply chains by international sanctions. This created a dangerous reliance on imported composite materials, manufacturing equipment, and production technologies. Significant strategic and logistical disadvantages were posed by these dependencies for an aircraft that was designed to operate in the remote regions of Russia for decades. Ultimately, the Research Institute also acknowledged the trade-off. In 2020, Vladimir Barsuk, the Director General of the Institute, addressed the concerns of regional operators. These operators firmly believed that composite aircraft necessitated permanent hangar storage and would be entirely inappropriate for northern operations. He argued that many critics simply lacked practical experience operating composite aircraft. However, Barsuk provided a noticeably more measured assessment after the Baikal's inaugural flight in January 2022. He recognized that the TVS-2 DTS and the LMS-901 belonged to entirely different design classes and used distinct engineering philosophies when comparing the two aircraft. He observed that the demonstrator had effectively shown advanced technological solutions. However, the decision to proceed with the Baikal was an objective and reasonable choice for Russia's future regional aviation requirements. His remarks were indicative of a more extensive industry consensus that technological sophistication alone does not guarantee the most optimal aircraft design. Practicality in operation is frequently equally significant, proving that this vehicle was developed in support of real-world operations. Stay with us because up next, we are breaking down the final performance numbers and exactly how this aircraft balances high-tech materials with old-school durability, so stay tuned. The Baikal program prioritized domestic production, economic operation, maintainability, and compatibility with existing regional transport networks from the very outset. While operating from short, unprepared runways with minimal ground infrastructure, the aircraft is anticipated to carry up to 9 passengers, or approximately 2 tons of payload. So basically, every single engineering choice they made, down to the actual metal they picked, came down to meeting these tough goals. Rather than approaching composites as a universal solution, Baikal's engineers selectively employed them in areas where they provided measurable operational benefits. They relied on proven aluminum construction for the aircraft's primary structure, resulting in engineering optimized for mission requirements. The LMS-901 Baikal demonstrates that modern aircraft design is about selecting the right technology for the intended mission rather than simply maximizing the use of advanced materials. The Baikal exemplifies an engineering philosophy that is equally valid, while the MC-21 demonstrates how composites can significantly enhance the efficiency of a next-generation commercial airliner. The aircraft achieves an effective balance between weight, durability, corrosion resistance, production efficiency, and field repairability by using a composite component in strategic locations and an aluminum primary structure. For a deeper look into the world of regional aviation, don't forget to check out the Altitude Addicts YouTube channel. This balance may ultimately prove more valuable than the pursuit of the lightest possible airframe for an aircraft that is anticipated to connect isolated communities across some of the world's most challenging operating environments. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos